He never expected a simple date night to reveal so much about his wife's secret dreams. It had been a long week at work for both Emily and John. As the weekend approached, John noticed Emily seemed a bit more tired and subdued than usual. They had always been good about maintaining their relationship amidst their busy schedules, but it had been a while since they had a proper date night. So John decided to plan something special. On Friday morning over breakfast, John casually mentioned, "Hey, Emily, how about we have a date night tomorrow? I've got something special planned." Emily's eyes lit up. "Really? That sounds wonderful, John. What do you have in mind?" John grinned, keeping the details a secret. "You'll see. Just be ready by 6 p.m. The anticipation of the surprise date brought a spark back into Emily's eyes, and John felt a warm satisfaction knowing he had something exciting planned for them. He spent the rest of the day making sure everything was perfect. On Saturday evening, Emily dressed in her favorite dress, a soft blue one that John had always loved. As she stood in front of the mirror, putting the final touches on her makeup, she wondered what John had planned. He was usually very thoughtful and creative, and she couldn't wait to see what he had in store for them. At exactly 6 p.m., John knocked on the bedroom door. "Ready, Emily?" She opened the door to find John looking dapper in a suit, holding a bouquet of her favorite flowers, lilies. "You look beautiful," he said, handing her the flowers. Emily blushed, accepting the bouquet. "And you look very handsome, John. So, where are we going?" John took her hand and led her to the car. "It's a surprise, but I promise you'll love it." They drove for about 30 minutes, chatting and laughing, enjoying the rare opportunity to focus on each other without distractions. Eventually, they arrived at a small, charming restaurant on the outskirts of town. It was a place they had never been to before, but Emily immediately fell in love with its cozy ambiance and rustic charm. The maitre d' greeted them warmly and led them to a private table near a large window overlooking a beautiful garden. As they settled in, Emily looked around, taking in the soft lighting, the gentle murmur of conversation, and the soothing background music. "This place is lovely, John. How did you find it?" John smiled. "I wanted to find somewhere special, and a friend recommended it. I'm glad you like it." They ordered their meals, and as they waited, they talked about their week and their plans for the future and shared stories from their past. It felt like they were reconnecting on a deeper level, and Emily couldn't remember the last time she had felt so relaxed and happy. Their food arrived, and they savored each bite, enjoying the delicious flavors and the intimate atmosphere. As they finished their meal, John reached across the table and took Emily's hand. "There's something else I have planned for tonight," he said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. Emily's curiosity was piqued. "Oh? What is it?" John stood up and helped her to her feet. "Come with me." He led her out of the restaurant and down a winding path through the garden. The moon was high in the sky, casting a soft glow over the flowers and trees. They walked in comfortable silence until they reached a small clearing where a large white canvas tent was set up. Inside, there were twinkling fairy lights, a cozy seating area with plush cushions, and a table set with an array of art supplies. Emily gasped in surprise. "John, what is this?" John smiled. "I know you've always loved painting, and I thought it would be fun to have a little art session together. Just the two of us." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she looked at the thoughtful setup. "This is amazing, John. Thank you so much." They settled into the tent, and John handed Emily a canvas and a set of paints. "Let's create something together," he said. For the next few hours, they painted side by side, talking and laughing, lost in the joy of creating art together. Emily felt a sense of peace and fulfillment she hadn't felt in a long time. She looked over at John, who was focused on his painting, and felt a surge of love and gratitude for him. As they finished their paintings, John turned to Emily and said, "You know, Emily, I've always admired your talent. Your paintings are beautiful." Emily blushed, feeling a mix of pride and vulnerability. "Thank you, John. I've always loved painting, but I don't do it as often as I'd like." John took her hand and looked into her eyes. "Why not? You're so talented, Emily. You should pursue your passion." Emily sighed, feeling a wave of emotions. "I don't know. Life gets in the way, I guess. There's always something else that needs to be done." John squeezed her hand. "I understand, but you should make time for your dreams too. I want to support you in pursuing your passion." Tears filled Emily's eyes as she realized how much John cared about her dreams. "Thank you, John. That means so much to me." They spent the rest of the evening talking about Emily's love for painting and her dreams of one day having her art studio. John listened intently, offering encouragement and support. Emily felt a renewed sense of purpose and determination, inspired by John's belief in her. As the night came to an end, they packed up their art supplies and walked back to the car, hand in hand. Emily felt a deep sense of gratitude for the evening and John's unwavering support. When they arrived home, they put their paintings in the living room, a reminder of the special night they had shared. As they got ready for bed, John turned to Emily and said, "I had a wonderful time tonight, Emily. Thank you for sharing your passion with me." Emily smiled, her heart full. "Thank you, John, for making tonight so special. I love you." "I love you too, Emily," John replied, pulling her into a warm embrace. Over the next few weeks, Emily took John's words to heart. She carved out time in her busy schedule to paint, and John continued to support and encourage her. She found a local art class and signed up, excited to improve her skills and meet other artists. John noticed a change in Emily. She seemed happier, more fulfilled, and more energized. He was proud of her for pursuing her passion and was grateful for the opportunity to support her dreams. One evening, after Emily had finished a particularly beautiful painting, John suggested, "Why don't we have an art show? We can invite our friends and family and you can showcase your work." Emily's eyes lit up at the idea. "That sounds amazing, John. Do you think people would be interested?" "I know they would," John replied confidently. "Your paintings are incredible, and I'm sure everyone would love to see them." Excited by the idea, Emily began preparing for the art show. She selected her best pieces, planned the event, and sent out invitations. John helped her with the preparations, and together, they transformed their home into a beautiful gallery. The night of the art show arrived, and Emily was filled with a mix of excitement and nervousness. John stood by her side, offering words of encouragement and support. As their friends and family arrived, Emily was overwhelmed by the positive response to her work. People admired her paintings, asked questions about her inspiration and techniques, and offered words of praise and encouragement. Throughout the evening, Emily felt a deep sense of fulfillment and pride. She had taken a leap of faith, pursued her passion, and shared it with the people she loved. And it was all thanks to John's support and encouragement. As the art show came to an end, Emily stood with John, looking around at the beautiful display of her work and the smiling faces of their friends and family. "Thank you, John," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "This has been an incredible night. I couldn't have done it without you." John smiled, pulling her into a warm embrace. "I'm so proud of you, Emily. You've followed your dreams, and you've inspired me too. I love you." "I love you too, John," Emily replied, feeling a deep sense of gratitude and love for her husband. In the months that followed, Emily continued to pursue her passion for painting. She set up a small studio in their home where she could work on her art. She also joined a local art group where she met other artists and gained valuable feedback and support. John continued to be her biggest supporter, attending her art shows, offering encouragement, and celebrating her successes. Their relationship grew stronger as they supported each other's dreams and found new ways to connect and grow together. One day, as they were sitting in Emily's studio, admiring one of her latest paintings, John turned to her and said, "You know, Emily, I'm so glad we had that date night. It brought us closer together and helped us discover new things about each other." Emily smiled, her heart full of love for John. "Me too, John. That night changed everything for us. Thank you for believing in me and for always being there." John took her hand, looking into her eyes with love and admiration. "I'll always believe in you, Emily, and I'll always be here, supporting you and loving you." As they sat together, surrounded by Emily's beautiful paintings, they felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey they had shared. The surprise date night had revealed so much about Emily's secret dreams and had brought them closer together. It had been a turning point in their relationship, reminding them of the importance of making time for each other's passions and supporting each other's dreams. As they looked to the future, Emily knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they would face them together, with love, support, and a deep commitment to each other's happiness and fulfillment. If you enjoy honest stories of love and discovery, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories.